sounds that regular cars don't make. Not even car infrastructure don't make that sound. Not even car infrastructure make that sound. Not even car infrastructure. The roads make that sound. They don't. They don't. Yeah. Alright, so there's a lot of people, but I'm talking to them. So they don't care if you're poor. They do not care if you're poor. This will be a recap of this is a recap from the original video from my original Styles channel. And yeah, the north side is so, look at this. The north side of Chicago is so nice, and it's so walkable. It's so, well, mostly walkable, all right? Wow, the south side is completely neglected. Yeah, but anyways, yep, they don't care if you're poor. Why I say that is because I'm still getting bills, hospital bills. I am still getting hospital bills, okay? For stuff I can't afford to pay, okay? Like, seriously. Now, about a year ago, right? I moved back here to Chicago, okay? A year ago, I moved back here to Chicago, okay? And before I even moved back here in Chicago, I tried to do the right thing and everything, communicate that that I was moving out of state. I was moving out of state, and I won't be able to pay off my Aspen Dental bill, whatever, all right? I owed them $300. I only paid like 20-30% of that whole thing, plus with the down payment, okay? I already paid the down payment as soon as they took my tooth out. I forgot what it's called, but the most rearmost tooth and everything. My wisdom tooth that grew, it took its spot, so that was pretty interesting. But anyways, I'm still not understanding $3,000 for taking out a tooth. To me, that sounds absurd to me, but I don't know. I digress. But anyways, before I moved back here in Chicago, I did everything I can to contact these people that receive these payments. I did everything I can. I sent the email and everything. No answer. Okay, they're gonna eventually, I just assumed that they eventually was gonna give me a phone call, all right? Or answer my email, something, all right, to let them know my situation. Basically, in that email, I've told them that I am moving out of state. I will not make the same income. I will not be able to make this. I will not be making the same income that I was making back when I was in Georgia, all right? I went from $25,000 a year to $12K a year, $12,000 a year, all right? That's how terrible that's how bad this financial, excuse me, this whole financial thing came because of me moving back here in Chicago, all right? So I made sure I put all of that in the email and everything. So next thing you know, a month or two later, obviously I'm falling behind on payments. They finally called me, all right? They called me, and then they over here talking about you've been missing a payment. I was like, okay, I'm glad you guys called me, okay? Because I've been trying to contact you guys. About my financial crunches and how I moved out of Atlanta at the time. Moved out of Georgia and stuff like that. To me, while I was explaining that and stuff like that, it's like they didn't even care about that part. That fact I moved and my income changed, okay? And I told them specifically, even in that email, that I have to survive first, okay? Because I didn't know when I was going to get a job. I didn't know when I was. So next thing you know, after I explained myself, it was like, oh, okay, would you like to do a payment plan for $50 per month? That's the bare minimum we can do. I said, I can't do that right now. I don't make that kind of money right now. I literally do not make that kind of money. I kept telling them that. There's like, okay, well, we need to set you up with a plan and stuff like that. I'm like, in my head, they're not even hearing what I have to even say. I told them specifically, I don't have a job. I am in survival mode right now. I've been trying to, look for work that time ago, and obviously nothing, all right? And by time, I think I did have a job, okay? And that's my current job right now. This is over a year ago. It's 2024, all right? They still calling me and everything, blowing up my phone, talking about we haven't received no payments from you and stuff like that. And I told them specifically on the phone, the money I get cannot suffice and cannot support the hospital bill or the Aspen dental bill, whatever. Otherwise, they're going collections. Okay, well, as of right now, I cannot make the payments. I told them specifically, I cannot make the payments right now. Hello, cute squirrel. I cannot make the payments right now. You cute squirrel. I cannot make the payments right now. I am in survival. I have to survive first. I kept specifying I have to survive. I'm almost living homeless right now, okay? I told them specifically that. And then they was like, okay, well, you got to have a plan, payment plan. Everything I kept saying is going right into in one ear and right out the other. It doesn't make no sense. They were just completely ignoring what I have to say. Like, they really was ignoring everything I have to say. So to me, that just proved to me that they don't care if you're poor. So they still blowing up my phone. First, I was trying to be all communicative with them and everything, but then I told them straight up, you're gonna have to wait until until I'm financially stable, so I can pay it off. The beautiful CTA station, Lawrence, new CTA station. But yeah, anyways, I told them specifically that I can't pay it. I'm in survival mode. Survival, keyword survival. I don't know where I'm gonna be living. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna be working. So, but they would not even try to even hear what I have to say. Yeah, they wasn't even trying to hear anything I have to say. So after that first phone call, they called me again and everything. They keep calling me. So I was like, all right, I had enough. I blocked them on my phone. So they can't call me no more. So now, after I've done told you billions of times that I can't afford it right now, I'm in survival mode. They still blowing up my phone, and then there we go. So there's that. And not only to mention, one of my at the time, my former modern mother, she was falling behind, excuse me, on her hospital bills, and they over here doing the same junk with her. All right, payment plan this, payment plan that. I can't right now. We are constantly telling these payment people, we cannot right now. Stop saying this whole payment plan. We cannot do it right now. That's just the way it goes. We cannot. We got to take care of our household. We have to. Oh my gosh, you are a lucky brother. Lucky brother. Taking a redhead fine shit up in there. Enjoy yourself, brother. Oh my gosh. And he got a redhead. This brother got a redhead. I think I already know where that's going. Enjoy yourself, but just use protection. How you doing? So anyways, so yeah. I got distracted. But anyway, so yeah, we constantly don't pay people. They over. Otherwise, they go in collections. We ain't afraid of collections. I think that's the thing. We need to just stop paying our hospital bills, low key. I'm not gonna lie. We just need to stop paying our hospital bills. So there's that. And then the question that made me mad. The question that made me mad is they like, okay, well, the lady, she told my former modern mother, was like, how are you paying? I have kids and stuff like that. I got to take care of my kids. How are you paying your bills? See, I'm like, excuse me? That's a personal question. That has nothing to do with you. Like, now this is at a personal level now, because you over there trying to find out. Like that ain't your business, all right? And they over here acting a fool and stuff like that. Yeah, just asking a personal question like that. That ain't none of your business of how I'm paying my bills. Just simply send it to collections. That's it. Make no sense. So anyways, yeah. To me, that just told me that they generally don't care if you're poor. They don't care what kind of financial crunches they're in. They just want to fill up their own pockets. It doesn't make no sense. And now, what inspired me to recap this video is I'm still receiving hospital bills. I've been hit by a car. I was super sick. Have tested positive for influenza. You're pretty. And nothing more pretty than a pale brunette with you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, so these females be distracting. Not gonna lie. But yeah, where am I? This is odd. Okay, I think I'm okay. I know where I'm at. But yeah, what inspired me to recap this video was that, like I said, I'm still receiving hospital bills. All right. The first time me getting hit by that car, my wrist is still screwed up for that. It's still hurting and everything. What's another one? Me testing positive for influenza, a type of COVID variant or whatever. What else? I tested positive for. There was some third reason I've been in this hospital. What was that third reason? Oh, I was just regularly sick, I think. No, was it? Whatever it was. I've been to the hospital 3 times due to me getting hurt, due to me being super sick. Whatever it was, I was super sick and all that stuff, etc. And they just throwing hospital bills one after another. And not only to mention, we have the same hospital bills back in Georgia. We have those hospital bills too. So I have I think 2 hospital bills in Georgia. 2 hospital bills in Georgia. Then we have a dental bill in Georgia. And then we have 3 more hospital bills down here in Chicago. All right? I can't pay none of that. None of that. None at all. I just cannot pay it. When I was in Georgia, I was working on these payment plans to pay them off. But it's going to a point where I just don't have enough money to pay it off. So, since they don't care for my survival, okay, I'm going to play your game. I don't care that I'm not paying you now, that you ain't getting your money. It made no sense. It genuinely makes no sense, seriously. So that's where, so now every single hospital bill I receive in the mail, I just tear it up. I'm serious. I know what they look like, the same old junk and everything. They don't care if we're poor. They really don't care. So I'm done with these hospital bills. I'm done with even going to hospitals, period. I'm only gonna go to hospitals only absolutely necessary, all right? Only absolutely necessary. Absolute necessary. You know what I'm trying to say. So now I'm pretty much done with hospitals now. And then not only to mention the hospital I was in when I was super sick with influenza, their attitudes were just terrible. 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 I didn't feel like I was valued or treated as a human or anything. I didn't feel valued that day. Nah, not at all. Earlier this year when I got super sick, where I barely couldn't even breathe, I did not feel valued at all that day. Not at all. Lucky dude. But yeah. That's just this dude got a pretty female. But yeah, that's just a gambit. Yeah. I did not feel valued that day. So yeah, the only one in that hospital that actually cared about me, that I feel cared about me, was the one who caught me before I passed out during when I was about to get my x-ray. That's the only one I feel who actually cared about me. The only one who caught me when I lost my footing and couldn't even stand up when I was about to take that x-ray. I couldn't stand, and I was going black. I couldn't. I was dizzy that day. I know, and no, I was not on drugs or anything. I genuinely was sick and extremely vulnerable. So now, that just told me a lot. So that's the game. I'm at Target now. What y'all think? They don't care if you're poor. So, or if since they don't care, I don't care either. Every single hospital bill I get, I'm tearing it up and throwing it in the trash. Burn them. So that's the gamble. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe.